Okay, students. Now we will start the chemical properties of halogens. So, this is a very important area, especially in the halogen group. So, listen very carefully. The first point is reactivity. It means entire the halogen group reactivity order. Generally, fluorine is the highly reactive element because of here two reasons are there. Reason number one, due to low bond dissociation energy, because of fluorine to fluorine bond dissociation energy is very low. So fluorine to fluorine bond dissociation energy is very low. That's why fluorine atom it can easily to react with other elements. So reason number one, low bond dissociation energy, and you know that very well, higher electronegativity. So these two reasons the fluorine can be act as a good reactant in the halogen. So ultimately the reactivity order from top to bottom decreases because of fluorine is a maximum, chlorine is a second place, bromine is the third place, and iodine is the last place. Next one, the first chemical property is reactions with water. See Nana, fluorine reacted with 2 moles of water, hydrogen fluoride, oxygen is released. But the fluorine, excess amount of water is reacted, immediately ozone is released. So this here is most important. So fluorine how to release ozone gas. So in the presence of 3 moles of water to give 6 moles of hydrogen fluoride and ozone gas, and remaining elements from this group, bromine and chlorine. See Nana, bromine reacted with water, HBr, HOBr, both of them is acid. Hydrogen bromide is acid, hypobromous acid. So strong acid and weak acid. One strong acid, one weak acid is formed. And chlorine is reacted with water, hydrochloric acid and hypochlorous acid. So weak acid and strong acid is formed. And another important one is iodine does not reacted with water. Iodine does not reacted with water. So these are reactions with waters. Synonym. Next one, reactions with alkalis is nothing but base. So fluorine, two kind of alkalis is easily to reacted. One is the diluted conditions of alkalis, and concentrated conditions of alkali is nothing but cold and hot. In case of fluorine reacted with dilute conditions of NaOH, what are the products are released here? Sodium fluoride or oxygen difluoride and water is released. But the fluorine whenever reacted with the concentrated of NaOH, sodium fluoride same product, but here instead of OF2 oxygen is released and water is also released. So next one, remaining group of the element X2 is nothing but chlorine, bromine, iodine. So for example, this entire the elements is reacted with the diluted condition. This is a general equation. X2 plus 2 NaOH is gives rise to NaX plus NaOX plus H2O. So for example, I will take chlorine. The chlorine is reacted with diluted conditions of sodium hydroxide, sodium chloride and sodium hypochlorite, and water is released. So remaining cases see here. Now here concentrated condition. So concentrated condition means 3 moles of halogen reacted with 6 moles of concentrated NaOH. What are the product here? NaX plus NaXO3 plus H2O. It's nothing but sodium halide, sodium halide, sodium halide and water. So now we will take example from chlorine. Chlorine reacted with 6NaOH, bromine reacted with 6NaOH, iodine is also reacted with 6NaOH. What are the products are there? In case of chlorine, 5NaCl plus NaClO3, sodium chloride and water. So sodium bromide, sodium bromate and water. Sodium iodide plus water. So these are the chemical reactions with bases. Understood students? Next, fourth one. This is the most important, reactions with hydrogen. Already I said fluorine is a highly reactive element. That's why whenever fluorine reacted with hydrogen, fastly reacted. Even at dark condition, even at dark night time also fluorine easily to reacted with hydrogen. Only reason fluorine is the highly reactive element to form 2HF. It's called acid. And chlorine, reactivity order point of view, comparing to the fluorine, chlorine is a less reactive. That's why definitely light is required. So in the presence of light, the chlorine easily reacted with hydrogen to form HCl. And bromine, very low reactivity element. So definitely maximum temperature, it's not enough light, temperature is required. So immediately to form 2HBr. And iodine reacted with hydrogen in the presence of catalyst or temperature, both of them is required. So 2Hi, it's reversible reaction, because iodine whenever reacted with hydrogen, immediately to convert it into 2Hi, again is reversible. So my dear students, here hydrogen fluoride is the highest stability compound, HCl least, HBr also next, Hi is very less. Here you observe, Nana, in case of, listen ra, fluorine to fluorine, bond dissociation energy very low, but hydrogen to fluorine, bond dissociation energy is maximum. It's a most important point. Hydrogen to iodine, maximum bond dissociation energy, so it's not easily to break the bond. But fluorine to fluorine, bond dissociation energy very kami. Why? Because fluorine is a highly electronegative element, so one electron here, one electron hydrogen, one electron completely attracted towards the fluorine side. So that's why this bond is very strong. That's why HF is a more stability compound. Next, Hi is the least stability compound. Why Hi is the least stability compound? Iodine is a big size of atom. Hydrogen is a small size of atom. So here polarization power is very weak. That's why hydrogen iodide bond, very weak bond. It can easily to separated hydrogen from the hydrogen iodide. So don't confusion, my dear student. In case of fluorine to fluorine, bond dissociation energy weak. But in case of hydrogen to fluorine, bond dissociation energy is maximum. Now the entire this compound, hydrogen fluoride, HCl, HBr, Hi, acidic strength. Actually from hydrogen fluoride to, see Nana, from hydrogen fluoride to hydrogen iodide, from hydrogen fluoride to hydrogen iodide, acidic strength is increases. Acidic strength is increases. It means which is the maximum acidic strength? Hydrogen iodide is the maximum acidic strength. What is the reason? Already you know the theories, Arrhenius theory, which species it can easily to give hydrogen ion, that is a strong acid. So here already I said before, hydrogen to iodine, weak bond. That's why from the hydrogen iodide, from hydrogen iodide, it can easily to separated off hydrogen. That's why it's the highest acidic strength. So listen carefully, my dear students, which compound can easily to remove the hydrogen from the compound, that compounds are generally high acidic strength. So here out of this four compound, hydrogen fluoride is a very strong bond, so it is not easily to remove the hydrogen from the HF. But hydrogen iodide point of view, the weak bond dissociation energy, that is the reason hydrogen it can easily to separate it from the iodine. So hydrogen it can easily to separate from the iodine means, according to Arrhenius theory and other acidic basics theory, this is considered as a good acid. It's clear, ma? Next, after that, reducing nature. See, my dear students, what is the meaning of reducing nature? Remove of hydrogen easily. Remove of hydrogen easily, that is called reducing nature. So here also acidic strength is directly proportional to the reducing nature. Acidic strength is directly proportional to the reducing nature. Why? Because sorry, one second, Nana. Okay, student, just change here. The sign should be changed. Here same. So here also increases. So acidic strength is directly proportional to reducing nature. Reducing nature means it can easily to remove the hydrogen, which is the maximum remove the hydrogen. Hydrogen iodide easily to remove the hydrogen. So maximum reducing nature. So ultimately acidic strength. So acidic strength is directly proportional to the reducing nature. So here increases, Nana. from top to bottom is also increases. And bond dissociation energy, already I said bond dissociation energy, Hi is the least, Hf is the maximum bond dissociation energy. So from top to bottom decreases. Melting point is increases, boiling point is increases. So this entire the properties belongings to the HF, HCl, HBr, Hi. So acidic strength from top to bottom increases, reducing nature also increases, and bond dissociation energy decreases, melting point increases, and boiling point is also decreases. Okay students, the next chemical properties is reactions with oxygen. So fluorine reacted with oxygen, two different kind of compounds are released, O2F2, OF2. Generally OF2 is a great fluorinating agent. Next, chlorine whenever reacted with oxygen, Cl2O. What is the name? Dichloromonoxide, chloro-dioxide, dichlorohexoxide, dichloroheptoxide. So different type of oxides are released. See here, it's not required of oxidation state, but you will mention already here. First one is the Cl2O. It is a good oxidizing agent, but here Cl2O, oxygen is the central atom. That is the most important point. So whenever you will take any one of the compound, out of that compound which element has least electronegativity, that is considered as a central atom. So now here chlorine electronegativity value plus chlorine electronegativity value compared to oxygen, chlorine to chlorine electronegativity value is the maximum. So that's why oxygen is considered as a central atom. So now Cl2O structure, this one, sp3 hybridization, 1 2 3 4, plus 1 oxidation state. Which is the plus 1 oxidation state? Oxygen only reacted with 1 chlorine. That's why it shows the plus 1 oxidation state. And see here, Cl2O plus water, where Cl2O reacted with water, HOCl is formed. That is nothing but hypochlorous acid. And after Cl2O reacted with base, NaOCl is formed. That is called sodium hypochlorite is formed. And the second example, ClO2. ClO2. Here, chlorine is the central atom. What is the reason? Chlorine is the least electronegativity. For example, one oxygen electronegativity value, single chlorine electronegativity value. So here oxygen to oxygen maximum electronegativity value compared to single chlorine. That's why here CN 1 2 3 4 dative bonds. So that's why oxidation state plus 4. Here chlorine 1 2 3 4. So here dative bonds is not considered. 1 2 1, only one dative bond, 1 2 3 4. So sp3 hybridization, it's a dative bond, it's a paramagnetic substance. It means ClO2 act as a paramagnetic behavior. It's nothing but magnetic behavior. So here ClO2 whenever reacted with water, chlorous acid and chloric acid is formed. HClO2, HClO3. Important, two different type of acids are formed. But here Cl2O, only one acid is formed. Keep it in your mind. Next, after that, my dear students, the ClO2 is reacted with sodium hydroxide, NaClO2 and NaClO3, sodium chloride, sodium chlorate, two different type of salts are released. And after that, Cl2O6. So this is the structure of Cl2O6, diamagnetic behavior, sp3 hybridization 1 2 3 4, sp3 hybridization, Cl2O6 reacted with water, HClO3, HClO4. Two different type of the acids are formed, perchloric acid, and another one is the HClO3, chloric acid, perchloric acid, chloric acid. So Cl2O6 reacted with NaOH and NaClO3 plus NaClO4. Two different type of compounds are formed. And last and final oxide from the chlorine, Cl2O7. So this is the structure of Cl2O7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 plus 7 oxidation state, sp3, Cl2O7, H2O. So immediately to form perchloric acid and NaClO4. My dear students, you will see carefully, out of these four compounds, 1 2 3 4, ClO2, listen carefully, ClO2 and another one is Cl2O6. These two compounds only to release two different acids, two different acids. So see here, first one ClO2. ClO2, two acids are released, chlorous acid and chloric acid. Similarly, Cl2O6, this is also two acids are released. That's why, my dear students, see ClO2 comma Cl2O6, this both of them is called mixed anhydride acids or mixed anhydride oxides. Mixed anhydride oxides. So mixed anhydride oxides means they are easily to release two different type of acids. For example, Cl2O6, HClO3, HClO4, and ClO2, HClO2, HClO3. It's a clear, ma? So this is the chlorine oxides. Next, bromine. Bromine is reacted with this kind of oxide, Br2O, BrO2, BrO3. All are least stable oxide, existed at low temperature, powerful oxidizing agent. These are the structures of the BrO3. Especially BrO3, it's not existed because 7 electrons, 6 electrons bonded with 3 oxygen, 1 odd number electrons are there. So this is unstable compound. But how this compound is stable? BrO3 minus. Minus means extra 1 electron. If extra 1 electron means what happened? That extra 1 electron, already 1 electron is there. This is considered as a pair. So that's why, my dear student, BrO3 minus is the stable compound. BrO3 is not a stable compound. It's a clear, ma? Okay, students, the complete chemical properties are finished. All type of chemical properties. Already see once again. Reactions with water, reactions with alkalis, reactions with hydrogen, and reactions with oxygen. So 5 different type of chemical properties are completed in the halogen category. And another important area is oxo acids of halogen. This is the most important, my dear students. Oxo acids of halogen. It means halogen, it can easily to form oxo acids. Oxo acid means these are acid, it's a combination of oxygen. So generally halogen can be existed for different type of oxo acids. So what is the 4 different type of oxo acid? HOX, HXO2, HXO3, HXO4. So 4 different type of oxo acid. Listen very carefully, this is the most important area. HOX, commonly known as hypohalous acid. Hypohalous acid. This is HXO2, halous acid. This is halic acid, perhalic acid. So hypohalous acid, central atom is oxygen. So oxygen can show +1 oxidation state. In halous acid, central atom is a halogen, +3 oxidation state. In halic acid, central atom is also halogen, +5 oxidation state. Even perhalic acid is also central atom is halogen, +7 oxidation state. Okay, now see here in HOX category, hypohalous acid category, every element is easily to form the acids. So HOF, this is commonly known as hypofluorous acid, hypochlorous acid, hypobromous acid, hypoiodous acid. But HXO2 category, only chlorine is existed. Remaining compound cannot be existed. Already I said fluorine never to show positive oxidation state. But here is not a fluorine, it's a oxygen oxidation state. Don't confusion. Here central atom is the oxygen. So my dear students, in the halous acid point of view, HClO2 only existed. Remaining compounds also existed, but immediately is unstable. And halic acid point of view, 3 compounds are existed. HClO3. So this is chloric acid, bromic acid, iodic acid. And perhalic acid category, HClO4. What is this one? Perchloric acid, per bromic acid, but per bromic acid sometimes is unstable, so I mentioned here unstable. Per iodic acid. So ultimately, my dear students, how many types of oxo acids are there? 4 types. The total oxo acids of halogen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Actually 10A, because of this is unstable. Now see one by one each and every category structures and hybridization. First one, HOX. From the HOX, I will take chlorine example. Why? Because chlorine is clearly be exhibited all kind of compounds. So now already I said in HOX point of view, I will put chlorine. So that's why HOCl. HOCl central atom is the oxygen. So 1, 2, 3, 4 sp3 hybridization V shaped. So remaining these compounds also same structure. The next HXO2, it's nothing but halous acid. Here central atom is the halogen. So now here see na HClO2. Now I will take this example HClO2. My dear students, in your CBSE textbook HClO2 it's mentioned as a HOClO. Same, both of same. HOClO. See, 2 oxygen, 1 chlorine, 1 hydrogen. This is also correct. This is also correct. So here central atom is the chlorine. One oxygen. Here central atom is the chlorine. OH and double bond O. So generally this structure is represented one more way. Chlorine central atom, oxygen, and hydrogen is bonded with oxygen, double bond O. So here hybridization is the sp3 hybridization. This structure also correct, this structure also correct. In this structure OH group is combined, here separated. Okay Nana? Next category. HXO3. HXO3 means halic acid. Halic acid, already I said central atom halogen. HClO3. Now how to represent this one? HOClO2 or oxygen combined with oxygen. Both are same. There is no any difference. So Cl central atom 3 oxygen with 1 hydrogen on lone pair of electron. But how to represent it? Open structure, chlorine, 2 double bonds O, 1 oxygen, 1 more hydrogen connected. Plus 5 oxidation state. How the plus 5 oxidation state to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 bonds are there. So that's why plus 5 oxidation state. sp3 hybridization 1, 2, 3. sp3 hybridization. Because my dear students is always to find out the hybridization only central atom. Now HXO4 for halic acid. Already how to represented HXO4? HOClO3. HOClO3. See here ClOH double bond double bond double bond. So how to represent it? This is same, but OH group is separated. sp3 hybridization plus 7 oxidation state. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 7 oxidation state. As usual sp3 hybridization. sp3 hybridization. So these are oxo acids of the halogen. So see Nana, my dear student, there are 4 different type of oxo acids of halogens are there. Number 1, hypohalous acid, halous acid, halic acid, parahalic acid. So the entire oxo acids structures, hybridization, oxidation state is completed. Next most important area, interhalogen compounds. See Nana, this is the last part of halogen group, interhalogen compounds. Already I said in initial classes, interhalogen compound. When 2 different halogens reacted with each other, same halogen, halogen. When 2 different halogens reacted with each other to form interhalogen compound, these are 4 types. Very important point, my dear students. These are 4 types based on the oxidation state. Based on oxidation state. See, interhalogen compound, already I said halogen can existed positive oxidation state. Listen carefully. Plus 1, plus 3, plus 5, plus 7. So plus 1, plus 3, plus 5, plus 7. Actually all halogens are negative oxidation state because they are always accepted the electron. But in interhalogen compounds time, halogen can be show positive oxidation state. So ultimately, my dear students, how many types of interhalogen compound? 4 types. XX-, XX-3, XX dash 5, XX dash 7. So why I put dash? Because of same, I will put only XX means is confusion. That's why this is one halogen, this is one more halogen. So here this halogen, different halogen, but this halogen show plus 3 oxidation state. In the second halogen show plus 5 oxidation state. In the second halogen show plus 7 oxidation state. So my dear students, in interhalogen compound, 4 types: XX dash, XX dash 3, XX dash 5, XX dash 7. So now here, very important point. So X dash. So X what is represented? X dash is what is represented. See carefully, very important. Already said XX dash, XX dash 3, XX dash 5, XX dash 7. See Nana. In the first X, listen carefully. In the first X, whatever in an interhalogen compound, first X is large size of halogen. So first element is X, definitely large size of halogen, less electronegative and more electropositive. So most important point, which is the large size of halogens are generally iodine. Iodine is the large size of halogen. So my dear student, in the first position, X first position, it is generally large size of halogen. A large size of halogen means iodine, less electronegative, more electropositive. But in the X dash category, small size of halogens are there and more electronegative and less electropositive. This is the most important key point, Nana. In interhalogen compound, the first element is always large size of halogen, second element is always small size of halogen. And moreover, a note, important note, fluorine. Fluorine, it's not present in the X position. So here X first, if you take any one of the interhalogen compound, first fluorine is not there. Why? Because fluorine is the not a large size of halogen. So most important point, first element in the interhalogen compound, fluorine is not present here. And similarly, and X dash position, in the X dash position, iodine is not present in the X dash position due to the large size of halogen. This is a keep it in your mind. If you take any interhalogen compound, first element is not there, fluorine. Second position element, if any interhalogen compound, iodine is not there. So that is the most important point. In interhalogen compound, if you take any category of interhalogen compound, first fluorine is not there and second place iodine is not there. It's clear, ma? Now I show different type of interhalogen compound. See, XX dash, XX3, XX5, XX3. But most of the students are generally confusion how to remember this interhalogen compound. Now I will say simple shortcut: fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. This is the sequence. So now in case of XX1 dash, see carefully. Fluorine reacted with chlorine. See Nana. Fluorine reacted with chlorine, ClF. Because why fluorine is always, Nana, if you take any compound, higher electronegative element is always located in the last. So that's why FCl is not correct. ClF is the correct. Because of, for example, NaCl, which is the higher electronegative element to chlorine. So higher electronegative element is always present in the suffix side of the compound, chemical compound. So based on that one, ClF. So see how to remember XX dash compound, ClF, finished. Next Aprama BRF, next one IF. So see ClF, BRF, ClF, BRF, IF, finish. Next after that, second chlorine always bonded with fluorine. Next what happened? BCl, BRCl, see BRCl, next ICl, and last compound IBr. So this is simple way, don't confusion. So in XX dash category, 6 compounds are there: ClF, BRF, IF. Next BRCl and next ICl. The last one IBr. Okay students. Similarly here also same one, the ClF3, BrF3, IF3, ICl3. Here ClF3, BrF3, IF3. Here IF7 is the most important. Why remaining compounds are not existed here? Because இப்போ 7 fluorine approaching to the iodine. 7 fluorine approaching to the iodine. Iodine only to donated that much of energy to the fluorine. So listen carefully my dear students. Fluorine only can be existed IF7. Remaining chlorine, bromine, iodine is not existed. What is the reason? Fluorine is the higher electronegative element. If IF7 means what is the oxidation state? +7 oxidation state. It means sp3d3. So sp3d3 means third excited state. So third excited state, it means iodine can exist the unpaired electron in the third excited state. Fluorine only to donated that much of energy. Remaining halogen not donated that much of energy. That is the reason only IF7. Once again repeated my dear student. XX7 dash only existed fluorine. Remaining halogens are not existed because of if the fluorine, for example, see the chlorine also see iodine is there. 7 chlorines are approaching to iodine. Appo NH iodine ask one question to the chlorine. Okay chlorine, I will arrange it unpaired electron. I will arrange it 7 unpaired electron, but you give huge energy to me because of from the ground state of the electron can existed in the third excited state. So ground state of electron existed in the third excited state, more energy is required. So that much of energy even chlorine, bromine, iodine is not give. So only fluorine to give that much of energy. That's why IF7 only existed. It's clear ma? So do you have any doubts in this area? In live class I will clearly be explained. So this is the category of interhalogen compounds. Next, see Nana. I will show one example. XX dash ClF. ClF is a central atom because of least electronegative, linear shape, +1 oxidation state, sp3 hybridization. In XX3 dash ClF3 is a T shape, 2 lone pair of electron. So that's why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. sp3d hybridization. Actually, sp3d hybridization trigonal bipyramidal shape, but here what happened? T shape because of lone pair to lone pair repulsion forces. So lone pair to lone pair more repulsion forces, hence trigonal bipyramidal shape converted into the T shapes. So here oxidation state, what is oxidation state? 1, 2, 3. So means +3 oxidation state. So remaining compounds are there here. XX5 dash. XX5 dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 +5 oxidation state, square pyramidal, sp3d. Actually here also trigonal bipyramidal, but lone pair of electron to bond pair of electron repulsion forces are there. That's why trigonal bipyramidal shape is converted into the square pyramidal. And last and final structure from the interhalogen compound XX7 dash IF7 +7 oxidation state, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pentagonal pyramidal shape, pentagonal bipyramidal shape. So these are the interhalogen compounds. And another important part is uses of interhalogen compounds. So already I showed different kind of the interhalogen compound. Generally interhalogen compounds used as a non-water solvent and it is used as a catalyst, especially UF6 in the enrichment of the uranium. Generally in UF6 you separated uranium. So that's why interhalogen compounds used in the enrichment of the uranium. You will separate it from uranium from the UF6. And another important part of interhalogen compound, CCl4, carbon tetrachloride. Generally carbon tetrachloride is also it's considered as an interhalogen compound, but here carbon is not an interhalogen compound. 4 halogens are there, that's why it's considered as a CCl4 is not interhalogen compound, but generally its name is interhalogen compound because of 4 chlorines are there, but it's not part of interhalogen compound. Just important point, CCl4 is the best solvent. It is also used as a fire extinguisher. It's not interhalogen compound, but CCl4 is there. That's why here fire extinguisher, generally carbon dioxide used as a fire extinguisher, but even CCl4 is also used as a fire extinguisher because it's a non-combustible liquid, Okay, my dear students, the entire halogen group is completed. So what area already discussed in this chapter? See once again, my dear students. Introduction part, agglomerization, beta chromic shift, oxidation state, this is, and after that physical properties and chemical entire the physical properties. Next, in the physical properties point of view, oxidation state, discussed oxidation state. Okay students, all areas are completed, and chemical properties and interhalogen compounds and oxo acids of halogen. This is the most important, oxo acids of halogens and interhalogen compounds. So my dear students, I hope this video is very useful to everyone and easily to understand the every concept. Do you have any doubt, send message through group WhatsApp. Okay Nana, every students are compulsory to watch this video from starting to ending. Okay Nana, bye.